Good morning, all. We set aside this time for brief announcements that will be of interest to our community and friends. Please keep your announcements short and to the point to allow more time for today's speaker. If you have an announcement, please queue up on the ramp or the aisle here, and when Andy and I call on you, please come up to the podium or unmute yourself, then speak.
Hello, the Cambria Community Chorale will be presenting the spring concert next Sunday and the following Sunday, 2 o'clock at the Community Presbyterian Church. Last winter, our second concert was standing room only, so be prepared to stand unless you come to the first one.
I just want to remind everyone we have the next potluck, which is May 16th at Margaret's house. And okay, all right. And then if you haven't been there before, try to carpool or whatever, because you have to go down this big hill and then drop off your stuff and then you have to if there's a lot of people, we'll have to back out and turn around in this little circle. So bring your small car.
Good morning, Andy Fagan here. Next men's group meeting tomorrow here in the sanctuary, 10 a.m. and on Zoom. I'll send out an email.
Just a reminder, women's group meets tomorrow at 2 o'clock here in the sanctuary, and we have an exciting topic of technology. Is it 2 or 1:30? 1:30, that's right, thank you. We made it earlier because we had so much to say that we wanted to. So we go from 1:30 to 3:30, is that right? Or, yeah, 2.5, or sometimes 2.5. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next week, Margaret Biggs will present the Bhagavad Gita as interpreted by Stephen Mitchell. Let us take a moment to still our hearts, quiet our minds, and center ourselves. Listen to the trees as they sway in the wind. Their leaves are telling secrets. Their bark sings songs of olden days as it grows around the trunks. And their roots give names to all things. Their language has been lost, but not the gestures. Those are words by Vera Nazarian, author of the Perpetual Celebration of the Perpetual Calendar of Inspiration. Wayne. Don Howell. You two look so much alike. Don Howell will light the chalice here in the sanctuary, and for those of you at home, you are invited to light your own chalice now. At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lit the flame within us and the community. Thank you, Don. Before we sing the first hymn, let me remind our remote participants to leave yourselves muted. However, we want you and whoever's with you to sing as big and loud as you like. Make it a joyous experience. And that goes for all of you here, too.
We have new visitors today.
Oh, we're not there yet. Okay, please stand in body or spirit and sing the opening hymn, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place, number 1008.
A holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we trust the wisdom in each of us, every color, every creed and kind, and we see our faces in each other. heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place. We are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place. When we tell our story from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place. We are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place. When we share our silence of secret space, and the God of our hearts stirs within, and we feel the power of each other's faith, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place. We are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place.
Good morning. And welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Community of Cambria. We are glad you have joined us today. Our UUCC sanctuary sits on land from the Salinan and Chumash indigenous peoples historically inhabited. Officially recognized by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in 2024, the Chumash Heritage National Marine Sanctuary protects over 4,500 square miles of coastal and deep ocean waters, spanning 105 miles of coastline from Gaviota Creek just north of Santa Barbara, all the way up the coast to Cambria. This 17th addition to NOAA's network of national marine sanctuaries bridges the Monterey Bay and Channel Islands National Marine Sanctuaries and was spearheaded by the Northern Chumash Tribal Council to protect indigenous cultural heritage and local marine ecosystems. We honor their contribution to this region and give thanks for the opportunity to gather in faith on their unceded territory. Let us respect their legacy and protect their history as we occupy this sacred space. As Unitarian Universalists, we celebrate religious diversity and welcome all who journey in search of faith and spirituality. The UUCC is a lay-led congregation run by the democratic process. We invite speakers from different religious traditions and spiritual or scientific backgrounds, as well as community leaders, to speak at our pulpit. We encourage presentations covering a variety of topics and areas of interest that connect with the UU's 7 principles and 6 values: equity, transformation, pluralism, generosity, justice, and interdependence, with love at the center. Today's service centers around the value of transformation. The words we use can entrench us in old and destructive patterns, or, imperfect as they are, they can help us to adapt to a changing world. My name is Randy Schwalbe, and I am your worship associate for this morning's service. There you're out there somewhere. We extend a special welcome to today's guests and visitors. We're glad you joined us this morning. If you wish, please introduce yourself or your guest.
I'm Larry Northleaf. I bring you greetings from All Souls Unitarian Universalist Church of Colorado Springs.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm Andy Maltz, we're residents, and it's nice to be here this morning.
Thank you. Welcome. Very much.
I need more on the other half.
Welcome.
I'm Sean Ramirez, live up in the hills. Sarah told me about this, and you guys sound like my kind of folks.
And the same with you. So, welcome all of you. We're delighted to have you. Okay, so if you're not on our mailing list, Please visit the UUCC website at uuccambria.org so that we can keep you informed about all of our activities. Members and friends, please check out the UUCC newsletter sent to you every week. This is a great way to keep up to date with our latest news. To see this or any of the past Zoom services, the recordings can be found on the UUCC website. So again, good morning and welcome to everybody. The affirmation is both a recognition of the nature of this community as well as the promise to which we aspire. Let us now sing the affirmation.
Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in freedom, and to help, and to help, and to help one another.
We take this time to celebrate all those who are having a birthday this month. Birthdays are special, a day when we celebrate your entry into this world and honor your existence. If you have a birthday this month, please raise your hand. When Andy or I call on you, please reveal your special date.
May 24.
Yay. Okay, anybody else? Yes? May 6th, that's coming right up. All right, good. Anybody else? Andy, anybody from our remote participants?
No hands raised at this time.
Okay, excellent. Well, happy birthday to you both. This birthday candle honors all of our friends and families members who are also celebrating birthdays this month. And now is the time for sharing your heartfelt joys and concerns with this, your spiritual community. Please feel free to come forward and briefly express a personal celebration, sorrow, reflection, or gratitude. Let's get this back here. The collective flames of these candles embody all the joys and concerns which may have gone unspoken today, but are also deeply felt in this community. The first reading is number 482 from the Singing the Living Tradition by Jacob Trapp. If it is language that makes us human, one half of language is to listen. Silence can exist without speech, but speech cannot live without silence. Listen to the speech of others. Listen even more to their silence. To pray is to listen to the revelations of nature, to the meaning of events. To listen to music is to listen also to silence, and to find the stillness deepened and enriched. Let us join in a time of meditation, of prayer, and of silence. Let us seek the quiet and the calm, laying aside our struggles. And in the silence, may there be a reverence in our hearts, a thankfulness within our spirit, and a deepened understanding of the meaning of our lives. Let us enter the stillness. Light, shine in, illuminate our inward view. Help us to see with clarity. Shine bright and true so we may join our songs in the new sounds that become full symphony. The second reading is a poem titled Daybreak by William Stanley Maron, an American poet. Again, this procession of the speechless, bringing me their words. The future woke me with its silence. I join the procession. An open doorway speaks for me again. Please stand in body or spirit and sing I Wish I Knew How, number 151.
1, 2.
I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all these chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things I could say. Say 'em loud, say 'em clear for the whole world to hear. Say 'em loud, say 'em clear for the whole world to hear. I wish I could share all the love in my heart. Remove all the bars that still keep me apart. I wish you could know what it means to be me. Then you'd see and agree everyone should be free. Then you'd see and agree everyone should be free. I wish I could give all I'm longing to give. I wish I could live like I'm longing to live. I wish I could do all the things I can do. Though I'm way overdue, I'd be starting anew. Though I'm way overdue, I'd be starting anew. I wish I could be like a bird in the sky. How sweet it would be if I found I could fly. I soar to the sun and look down at the sea. Then I'd sing 'cause I'd know how it feels to be free. Then I'd sing 'cause I know how it feels to be free.
Today's talk is titled Speaks Volumes, to be delivered by Reverend Rod Richards. Rod retired in June 2025 after serving as minister for 13 years at the Unitarian Universalist San Luis Obispo. We at UUCC are trying our best to reverse that. He and his wife Hanji moved back to Minnesota where they first met, and it has been an honor for them to return home to a people who are fiercely, courageously, compassionately protecting the right to call this place home for the most vulnerable among us, those who are being targeted for arrest, detention, deportation, and discrimination. Rod has grown ever more aware of just how important it is to keep love at the center as we look toward a day that we can become the we long to be. Reverend Rod, take it away.
Thank you, Randy, and thank you all for the opportunity to be here. It has been a joy and honor after some months of retirement to return to sermon writing to prepare these words to share with you today. Because what we all need in these deeply troubling times is more words, right? Isn't that what you've all been thinking? If only we had some more words, that would be so helpful. Words swirl around us all the time. News stories, commentators, podcasts, social media posts, advertisements, politicians, journalists, activists, organizations, authors, comedians, influencers, and occasionally preachers, text messages, emails, on our phones, watches, radios, devices, clips and reels and threads through our earbuds, in our ears, buzzing in our heads, more and more and more and more words. So I'm sure you are all anxious to hear some more words. No? I get it, believe me. I've spent much of my life preparing words to share with congregations. And I greatly enjoy the process and will always be deeply grateful for the opportunity to do this, to reflect on life, to articulate some aspects of that life as best I can, to write it down, and to share the words I've written. And there are times when I wonder about the value of what I offer, the value of all these words I have shared. Do words really matter? After all, we know, for instance, that a picture is worth 1,000 words. I could have simply let you linger with the wonderful paintings that Randy chose for the slides today. You may find yourselves wishing I had done so. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Violinist and conductor Yehudi Menuhin expressed a thought shared by many musicians and music lovers alike, saying music is a communication far more powerful than words, far more immediate, far more efficient. We know too that actions speak louder than words. To talk about doing something is clearly far less valuable than doing the something that we are talking about. Bodhidharma described the essence of Zen as being beyond words, beyond teachings. Other religions testify to mystical experiences and deep truths that transcend what can be captured in words. We've probably all felt that words can prove to be clumsy tools when we try to articulate the deepest parts of our lives and ourselves, and can fail us as we reach toward realms of ultimate meaning and enlightenment. Christopher Beha, author and former editor of Harper's Magazine, in his recent book entitled Why I Am Not an Atheist, writes, no matter how hard we try to convey to another person our experience of a given moment, there seems to be something left out. Left out not just because of our lack of eloquence, but because words can't possibly contain it. In our everyday lives, how often have we used phrases like, I can't tell you how much this means to me. I cannot express. I cannot put it into words. This means more than I can say. Words often feel insufficient. Also, and more dangerously, words sometimes work actively against our ability to understand. Christopher Beha, in that same book, explaining one of Bertrand Russell's goals, writes, words could make the illogical sound logical. They could express sheer nonsense as though it made sense. The hope was that mathematical expressions of empirical fact and logical relationship could do away entirely with words as carriers of truth. Maybe I should have become a mathematician. Not that this was ever even a remote possibility. But what I want to share that is this. If we accept, and I do, that words are often insufficient to capture all that we wish to express, if we admit, and I do, that talking or writing about doing things is no substitute for actually doing those things, if we have experienced, and I have, the powers of other forms of art and communication, music, visual arts, silence itself, to transcend the abilities of written or spoken language, if we can see, and I have seen, the destructive power of words to obscure, deflect, demonize, and divide, what then? And what is it I have done with my life? Okay, I know that's a personal problem, but the question stands, what then? What do we do with words? Clumsy, inefficient, even dangerous as they can be. It is worth noting that all of the thoughts I have shared about the very real limitations of words were communicated to you with words. I am reminded of that old Bee Gees song, which dates me, I know. It's only words, but words are all I have to take your heart away. They're only words, but words are what we have. For all of the problems that come with language, words hold a power to shape our awareness and to guide our response to what is happening in our world. While it is undoubtedly true that what we do is more important than what we say, I believe that it is also true that what we say, how we say it, what we hear, has a great influence on what we do. Further, what we don't say or don't bother to articulate can speak volumes. Because words often fail to communicate completely, because they can be intentionally used in destructive ways, because they can be carelessly used and cause unintentional harm, because they form effortlessly into habitual and familiar phrases that can cloud our thinking. Because words often fly below or above or around our focused awareness while we dismiss them as just words. Because of all that, I feel called to pay careful attention to the words and phrases that I hear, that I use, that surround me. We should be suspicious of the way that words can sometimes make the illogical sound logical, the way that words can sometimes be used to excuse the inexcusable, the way that words can sometimes obfuscate even as we seek to illuminate. But to jump to the conclusion that words don't matter is a mistake. Words do matter. One half of language is to listen, writes Jacob Trapp. Listen to the speech of others. Listen even more to their silence. Listen for the meaning. Plugged into cable and online news sources for probably longer than is healthy each week, I have come to notice a handful of curious phrases that are repeated on a weekly, if not daily, if not hourly basis. One that has been gnawing at the edges of my consciousness for many weeks is doubling down or doubles down. It is most frequently applied to President Trump, as witnessed in these examples. Trump doubles down on massive Kennedy Center construction project. Trump doubles down on White House ballroom project after press gala shooting. Trump doubles down on rigged election claims. Trump doubles down on Rob Reiner criticism after killing. Trump doubles down, insists he is in perfect health. President doubles down on rift with Germany's chancellor. I will spare you further examples, although there is a surplus from which to choose. One MS Now co-host became so exasperated that she introduced a story with Trump doubles down, triples down, he quadruples down, as if doubles down could no longer capture what was being communicated. And my question is, what exactly was being communicated? The phrase doubles down apparently comes directly from casino blackjack, where doubling down means placing a second bet equal to your original one in exchange for receiving exactly one more card. It's a high risk, high reward move. And though in a wider context and in the examples I've shared, it is used to describe unexpected or unreasonable stubbornness, I think it also still carries, if only subconsciously, the picture of one who stands strong against opposition, of the gambler who risks it all against unlikely odds. And my major problem with the phrase is that it inspires listeners to ask the wrong question. If Trump or anyone else is doubling down on a lie or an offensive statement or a harmful action, when it is phrased this way, the question becomes, will they win? Will they win the bet? They have doubled down. Will they win? But the fact that powerful people may see this as a game, may be willing to gamble with our lives and the well-being of our country and communities, does not mean that we need to view things through that same lens. This is not a game to us. Doubling down for me obscures the real-life consequences of what is being reported. Why not state it clearly? Trump continues to proclaim lies that he proclaimed previously. Trump continues to defend reprehensible statements which he delivered previously. Trump continues to justify outrageous proposals and harmful actions which he proposed and commanded previously. If I am correct that this is an accurate interpretation of what is being communicated, I have another question. Is this news? Now, that is just one quirky example of something that has caught my attention. It may or may not resonate with you, but I encourage you to listen not only to what is being reported, but how. What are the phrases used, and do they serve to enlighten or to obscure? Here's another that is becoming sadly more relevant. Boots on the ground. It's a familiar phrase, right? Too familiar. And it is one of the many euphemisms that have always swirled around war that we cannot afford, like collateral damage, like enhanced interrogation. Are you planning for boots on the ground? How about, are you planning to put soldiers' lives at risk? And risk doesn't even cover it. Are you planning to send troops knowing for certain that some will die? Does the goal you have in mind justify the horrors that they will suffer and that they will necessarily inflict? Are you planning for them to sacrifice their lives on behalf of your proposed purpose? And pray tell, what is that purpose? If you go to the Department of Defense's website these days, you will find the header Department of War. Now, that was a title used up until 1947 when it was changed to the Department of Defense. The current president signed an executive order last September to use Department of War as a secondary title. There has been some controversy over which word to use. My question is, which one accurately describes what it is doing? Here is the purpose statement on the website. The Department of War provides the military forces needed to deter war and ensure our nation's security. The Department of War provides the military forces needed to deter war and ensure our nation's security. If someone told me that came out of George Orwell's 1984, I would not be surprised. Does anyone think that this is what is happening, deterring war? What does it mean to ensure our nation's security in an inherently insecure world? Why does the name Homeland Security still send chills down my spine? Isn't aggression, whether turned outward toward other countries or inward toward our own people, isn't it always sold to the public as defense against hostile forces? I saw some of this play out, as did people across the world. I saw it play out here in Minnesota. I saw people courageously challenge the official narrative. The damage of what has been inflicted on communities here and across the country will be felt for a long time. I continue to see people step forward in ways that give new life to another familiar phrase: love your neighbor. It has been plastered on billboards and t-shirts, and it has appeared on walls and on overpasses in graffiti brilliance. And more importantly, it has taken shape in a collective consciousness that is not just resistance, not just resisting evil, but it is putting love at the center. New words have been floated attempting to describe what has happened and what we sincerely hope will continue to happen. Neighborism. Folks are neighboring. People connecting in ways that they never had before. Acknowledging and celebrating our differences, we saw ourselves as one people. May it be so now and into the future. And much of that is bound up, of course, in what people are willing to do. Actions speak louder indeed, but the individual stories that have been shared often inspire what people do, often motivate people to take risks and invest time and effort that they may not have risked otherwise. People listening to one another. Words can be used to deflect, to excuse, to justify the unjustifiable. They can work directly against actual clarification. That is one reason that words matter. We stay alert to the misuse of the gift of language. But as imperfect as words can be, what amazes me is that they still hold a power to connect us, to realize our inherent interdependence, how words can make experience come alive when one is held in the embrace of people who are listening, and how this communication can lead to transformation. Our willingness to hear one another speaks volumes. Listening is a way of putting love at the center. Because when we tell our stories from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words, then our heart is in a holy place. So may it be.
The morning offering will now be given and received. Please remember we are a self-sustaining congregation and provide all financial resources for our many ministries. We recognize the spiritual value of generosity and invite you to participate. If you are viewing this service remotely, please use one of the methods shown on the screen. Thank you. Our thanks for all the gifts given and received for the work of this community. Please stand in body or spirit and sing the closing hymn, One More Step, number 168.
One more step, we will take one more step, till there is peace for us, and everyone will take one more step. One more word, we will say one more word, till every word is heard by everyone. We'll say one more word. One more prayer, we will say one more prayer, till every prayer is shared by everyone. We'll say one more prayer. One more song, we will sing one more song, till every song is sung by everyone. We'll sing one more song.
As we prepare to extinguish the chalice, let us recite the valediction. We extinguish this flame, but we keep its light in our hearts with this message of love and justice, taking it outside these walls to the world we live in. Please extinguish your chalice at home now. And now let us form a circle and join hands.
Rebecca Solnit writes, "This is a time in which the power of words to introduce and justify and explain ideas matters, and that power is tangible in the changes at work. Remember, friends, it's only words, but words are what we have, and words can open hearts and minds and tell a new story about who we are together. Go in peace and joy, putting love at the center." And many thanks to you all.